All right, welcome back. It is Saturday, so it is MMA day. So I have about an hour and a half to chop it up. And I want to welcome all the mental health professionals. I want this video to be a challenge to all mental health professionals. If you agree that cynophobia is a problem, I would like to hear from you. I would like you to explain it. Please educate us on why there's something wrong with avoiding dogs. I mentioned that the 2020s will be a bad year for dog lovers. And I was about to mention that it's going to be not a bad year, a bad decade. It's also going to be a bad decade for mental health professionals. I was about to say that. I was about to point this out, and then I lost my train of thought, started babbling about something else. But the 2020s is going to be equally as bad for mental health professionals if they refuse to make these changes in their doctrine, in their medical books. Y'all gonna have to remove cynophobia. I'm telling y'all, take it out of your medical books. Do it now. I don't care if you're a psychologist, psychiatrist, sociologist, whatever you are. Say something against cynophobia because it's ridiculous and you know it. You know it. If there's one thing, now, and this is the only thing I'm challenging the mental health professionals on, nothing else, okay? Now, some of you may have objections to other things in the mental health field. Fine. I'm sure there is other flaws and errors, but I don't know about them, and I'm going to stick to what I know about. I know about cynophobia, and I know that it is not a mental disorder. It is not any type of disorder at all. There is no way for you to even sort of argue that it's counterproductive to avoid dogs. Okay? But when you visit their websites of these health care professionals and you see their piece on cynophobia, what you're going to notice is that they use a lot of images of children for whatever strange reason. They're trying to project this idea that cynophobia starts when you're a child. So it's a mental disorder, and you start to show these, and it's very dangerous because they're projecting children who avoid dogs as having a mental disorder. So the dog culture is to now hurry up and expose them to dogs. Force them to be around dogs until they get over their fear of dogs, which is getting more of them hurt. Now you look at this, the cynophobia clinic. 10 things you can do to help your child overcome their fear of dogs. Really? The cynophobia clinic? So this clinic specializes in cynophobia. Now, you have to understand, a clinic like this has to be set up by a dog lover. Now, you look at his icon. Look at this. Or what is that? Is that his logo? This is deep. This is very deep to me. You're projecting cynophobia as a mental disorder. Okay? Saying that it's something wrong with you if you avoid dogs. And on your website, where you want to, break all of this down, you're projecting this idea that dogs are man's best friend. Why does it have to be pro dog? Why can't you just be neutral and elaborate on why this is a mental disorder? You don't have to be biased towards dogs, but the fact that you are shows that there's an agenda. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Let's stick to the facts. Let's stick to the information. Shout out to everybody. How y'all doing this weekend? It's Saturday. I feel good. I feel good, man. I stayed up too late, so I woke up late. I meant to get up earlier so I can light up these nutters a little earlier, but I'm here now. Let's get it going. 10 things you can do to help your child overcome their fear of dogs. Young people, do not listen to anybody trying to tell you or convince you something's wrong with you for avoiding dogs. There's a number of young people who listen to my videos. I'm telling you right now, there is nothing else in society for children to fear. Dogs really are the only things in society kids need to fear and avoid, actively avoid, because dogs are the only thing attacking them. It's only dogs that sees a 2-year-old, 3-year-old and runs after them and starts stabbing them repeatedly. Nothing else does. And they do this on a very regular basis, on a daily basis. Every day, some 1,000 children visit the emergency room in America alone. In the United States alone, 1,000 emergency room. That means they need to be stitched up, put back together. There's some reconstructiveness surgeries going on. Okay? About 1/4, around 1/3 to 1/4 of the people who are actually bitten go to the hospital. So you can imagine the true numbers off the map. Now, this is so epic to me. This website, the Cynophobia Clinic, check them out. And they shared this photo of a kid afraid of a dog. A large dog at that, which happens to be the only thing in society that rips them up and stabs them repeatedly on a daily basis. Yeah, and they're going to tell you something's wrong with you for avoiding that, okay? Don't listen to that. This is so dangerous. Is the most common childhood psychological condition? Y'all gonna have to take this out of your books, the medical field. Where you at? I want to hear from y'all. It's not just me trolling, having fun on a live stream. I want to hear from y'all. If you're a psychologist, psychiatrist, I challenge you to challenge this. Wherever you work. No, you university professors. That's who I need to be talking to. What's wrong with me? My brain has gone on vacation. I'm directing this to university I challenge you. Y'all better change this right now. Take it out. No such thing as no cynophobia. This is so fabricated. We all know this. I'm sure many of you can break this down much better than me. Please help me out in the chat room if you can. This is so fabricated, obviously fabricated in such a childhood psychological condition and a phobia of animals. It's estimated to affect 9%. Shut up. It's a lot more than that. It's a whole lot more than that, and for good reason. For perfectly understandably good reason. Now look at what they suggest to overcome your fear of dogs. And they're specifically talking about kids. Boy, strap up. Brace yourself. This is very sick stuff. Redefine bravery. People, young people, do not tell anyone that you are brave for putting yourself in danger. There ain't nothing brave about putting yourself in danger. Because when these things attack you, you won't be able to defend yourself. You're not going to be able to stop them or neutralize them. And guess what? Neither will the adult. And this is so unfortunate. But the kids have to be smarter than the adults. Do not let them tell you that you're being a coward for not exposing yourself to something that you're incapable of defending yourself against. And that's abuse. Tell me that's not abuse. That is textbook abuse. And it's embedded into dog culture. That's why I say dog culture is a culture of child abuse and child sacrifice. Craziest, sickest thing in the world to me. Redefine brave. I'm not even going to get into that. It's so disrespectful. Okay? Reward brave behavior. Reward you when you put yourself in danger. This is no different from standing in the middle of traffic. Are you going to also tell them that you're being a coward for not standing in the middle of an interstate? Are you also being brave when you walk in front of a semi-truck? This is essentially the same thing. What type of lunacy is this? Understand, these dogs can inflict just as much damage on a child as a lion and as a bear. Just as much damage. They can rip their face completely off, and they do. And with kids, understand, their bones break easier. Dogs far more often crush their skull and break bones. Dogs, young people, dogs can bite right through you as if you're styrofoam or something. Unbelievable. This dog culture is sick. Sick. No, you don't reward. Lord, let's move on. Encourage. Wow. Y'all, when I sit at home and I'll go over this stuff, whatever I go over on a live stream, I go over it first by myself. Sometimes I am just dumbfounded. I'm just speechless and I'm frozen and I have to snap out of it and wake up. Some of this stuff is so ridiculous, man. Encourage. The word encourage literally means to put courage in. And once again, trying to tell them that they are being cowardly for not exposing themselves to grave danger. Understand, when you're talking about bully breeds, you're talking about creatures that instinctively try to kill. That's why you hear these statistics that kids usually get attacked from the neck up, easier access. But when they attack adults, what do? They jump up. They jump up at them. They going for the throat. Okay? And they sink in. These are killers. Straight up killers. You don't encourage kids to go around killers. This is the craziest thing in society. I have to say, this is the craziest thing in society. It's hard to top this. Because other things like abuse, outright abuse, horrible abuse, that's obviously wrong. But this is something that's obviously wrong, is promoted as normal and high moral and what you should do. No, lunatics. Y'all just simply normalized psychotic behavior. That's all this is. A population of psychopaths. Normalizing psychopathic or behavior, lifestyles. Unbelievable. No, you don't encourage. You don't put no courage in. Let go. One of the hardest things about dealing with your own child's fear is having to also deal with the distress it brings up in you as their parent. You may have self-blaming thoughts like, if I can't help them, I'm a lousy. They don't need help. You need help. Okay? You need help for thinking that they need to be around creatures that attack and kill them on a regular basis. It don't even require deep research to reach that conclusion. That's why, these nutters are so puzzling to me. No, you need help. Kid don't need help. The kid need protection from you and that dog. You might need to come take your child because you're dangerous. All y'all nutters dangerous. Craziest thing in the world. Connect. Okay, now this is getting dumb now. Be their ally. Be patient. Face the fear. Now this is that exposure therapy that they talk about. The only way, it says, to overcome a phobia is by creating new positive learning experiences with the phobic stimulus, in this case, dogs. This is what we do in one-on-one therapy with our trained therapy dogs. But you can do this too. Look for opportunities for your child to face their fear in a controlled environment where they feel safe and able to call timeout if needed. For example, if a friend or relative has a calm older dog, ask if you could visit the dog with the dog on a lead and see how close your child is willing. Wow. Okay. No, nutters. No. Scratch all of that. Scratch all of that. Y'all need help. Kids, y'all ain't missing out on nothing by avoiding these worthless, bloodthirsty mutants. Stop. Y'all smarter than this. And that's what, I'm thankful that this is easy. My job is easy. I don't have to do much convincing. When kids listen to me talk, they know what I'm saying is the truth. And they know that y'all a bunch of lunatics. They're not dumb. Because when y'all come around with these dumb dogs, they get scared. Simple as that. They get scared, they get nervous, but they don't tell you. They pretend that they're not to please you. They rub on the dog to please you. Okay, and they don't like it. So this next generation, this upcoming generation, this our generation, they're not going to listen to y'all. Y'all so goofy. Okay, let's continue. Always lead by example. If you're thinking about suggesting to your child that they pet a dog or give the dog a treat, do it yourself first, then invite them to try it as well. Now, when kids do this on their own and get attacked, y'all blame them for it. Oh, you invaded its territory. Oh, you reached out and it got scared. So they teach, they train, they got blood on their hands. Simple as that. In all of these attacks. And they make it a part of their culture to blame the kids for the attack, even though they're teaching them like this. Yeah, you can do it. This is exactly what I've always talked about. And this is coming from a medical expert. The Cynophobia Clinic. Okay. Now, this is a blog, so hopefully this is just a random crackhead. Okay, but that's hard to believe. This sounds like a student, at the very least, sounds like a college student probably created this website, at the very least, if not a medical professional. But who is this? Wait a minute, let me check this. It's a psychologist. There you go. So embarrassing. That's so embarrassing and shameful for the medical industry. Like, why do y'all, don't, this is a bad look for you as professionals, when just like the everyday people can give endless number of examples of how wrong this information you're putting out. At the end of the day, this is just a bunch of information you're putting out to the public. And information that's either correct or incorrect. This is incorrect. This is a lie. No, you don't do it yourself, nutter. Okay, look, whatever you do, do not get a puppy. There may come a time when this is a great idea, but your child will need to be well and truly over their phobia before you can. Lord. They talk as if kids are going to be dysfunctional if they never see a dog or never is around a dog. Like something's going to be wrong with them. Like they're not going to fully develop. Or That's why I say they act like they're spiritually connected with dogs. Like you can't live without them. It's like, get out of here. That's madness to me. That's part of the narcissism, it seems like. Get informed. Oh boy. Now this is coming from a psychologist, people. Oh my goodness. Wow. Wow. And this is very, very serious. I may not have, the right presentation. This is very serious. Get informed. The more you know about dogs, the more able you'll be to help your child understand and interact with them. Now, I want you to stop now, and I want to show you something about dogs. Kids? No, not yet. No kids. I take that back. Okay? This is not advice to kids. But they say the more you know about dogs, the more you'll be able to help your child understand and interact with them. What is there to know about dogs? The unknown is always scary. Okay, what is there to know? Okay, I get it. What is there to know? There are also a lot of unhelpful myths about dogs. Like what? That we hear parents repeating to their kids what myths? That certain breeds are inherently friendly or aggressive. Okay? For example, or that you need to be dominant to command respect from a dog. Separating fact from fiction will help you to understand and teach your child that dogs are predictable and safe. People, this is a crime. This is an outright crime. Don't tell me the medical industry does not need to be reformed with madness like this. If you are in the medical industry, I challenge you to challenge this. There should be like teams of psychologists rallying against this nonsense. Where y'all at? If there were, like say a team of, y'all can make a little group or organization of psychologists like, hey, what is this nonsense? What? Dogs are not predictable and dogs are not safe. This is not my opinion. This gets proven on a daily basis. Are you? Wow. Dogs are predictable, and you want to teach this to kids. And this is what this therapy dog thing is all about. Ushering therapy dogs into schools. Their goal is to condition in the kids' minds that dogs are predictable and safe. And what do? They bring in drugged up labs and labradoodles and poodles. The dogs are not even bully breeds usually. Sometimes they'll bring a bully breed, but they're always heavily sedated and drugged up. Predictable and safe. Listen, dog attacks are not predictable. And there are 14,000 of them a day in the U.S. Those people who go to the ER, I think it's like a little over 2,000 in the United States alone. All these attacks are unpredictable. That's why they're attacked. If they could predict it, they could avoid it. They wouldn't be in the hospital. Okay, this is a crime. This is a crime. This is a crime. This website should be shut down. This person's license should be taken and revoked. Yes, you, Anthony Barrett, psychologist, man, I'm going to challenge you directly. I'm going to find you. Where you at? You got a Twitter handle? No, y'all deserve to be aired out. Y'all have to be aired out. It has to happen. Where you? See, you got no way to contact you, and you're not on social media, which is smart. You're not on. Good for you. Okay, don't let me find you. See, this is what they do. They say this type of criminal garbage and hide from the public. Oh, I don't want to get a Twitter or somebody might stalk me. Oh, stop. Y'all just don't want to answer questions. Admit it. You just don't want to face your critics. That is pathetic. Wow. Wow. Predictable and safe. How many of y'all heard about this story that just broke? There have been so many stories that broke here recently. It's ridiculous, people. I am failing as a content creator who bases his content on news reports. I'm so failing right now because I'm so behind. I mean, it's crazy right now. Okay, so this surfaced a few hours ago. Girl on school trip attacked by out of control XL bully in front of teachers. They say it's about 20 witnesses. Over 20. Over 20 witnesses. Primary school girl. Primary school, that's ages like 4 to 10. 4 to 10. Okay? Out of control XL bully. There must have been 20 plus kids, no older than 7, it says. Let me increase the size here. Okay? And this dog was huge, bigger than them. And the dog just completely turned on them. It was just chaos. It was chasing kids around, and they were pressed against the fence, and it was making its way up and down the line of kids. Teachers were freaking out. They stood between the kids and the dog. There were a few who were frozen, and it just turned on this girl. It latched onto her. Then it was literally on top of her. Eventually, a guy ran over and tackled this dog down, but it took him a good 5 minutes. An adult. Took him a good 5 minutes. Another guy turned up, and it was 2 of them trying to get this dog off. It was pretty scary. Girl was in tears for ages after. Loads of other kids were crying as well. Now just think, with that in mind, you have a psychology clinic, a mental health professional saying that we should teach kids these things. These same creatures are predictable and safe. Can you imagine a psychologist saying that as you're watching this scene? You got 20 kids crying. And they got, one of the girl got attacked, so there's blood on the scene. And you got a psychologist standing there. You know, we need to teach these kids that dogs are predictable and safe. Doesn't that sound like a lunatic? Wouldn't you think that person was a psychopath? But yet all of their mental health professionals, that's the page they're on. Scary stuff, man. Scary stuff. Y'all not gonna, turn this into something petty or something fabricated by me, man. Shut up, man. Y'all can be as critical as y'all want with me. I keep it moving. The workers offered, kids to go in there, apparently the girl froze in fear and it just went for her. Do y'all see that statement right there? Psychologists, all you experts who say be a tree, don't move, don't run, don't move, don't run. Well, we got eyewitness testimony. It says she froze and it attacked. Now what? Now what? Are you just going to repeat the same thing over? Be a tree. Well, now watch. The next Dog Bite Awareness Day or week or whatever, they're going to, the same psychologists going to be talking about be a tree. You imbeciles. This is sad. And, I don't want our professionals to be this incompetent. So why don't y'all reform all of this, this nonsense y'all got going here? Or just delete it. Just remove it. You're better off just not having information like that in your medical books and whatever. It was properly gripping onto her. It pulled her coat off her shoulders. Okay, so this just happened. This story just broke a few minutes ago. Now, healthcare professionals, my point is that you haven't provided any information, any proof that dogs are not dangerous, because it makes sense to avoid anything that's dangerous. It's that simple. It's not deep, not rocket science. Dogs are dangerous, and even more than that, they prove and demonstrate how dangerous they are on a daily basis. Like, y'all literally have no argument. There is no argument to be had. My goodness, this is embarrassing, man. Now, shout out to whoever this is. I'm so happy. I'm so happy right now. I saw this guy, whoever he is, he's got 289,000 subscribers. My goodness. He just uploaded this video 21 hours ago, and already it has 131,000 views. Thank you. Thank you. Oh my goodness. Please subscribe to this person, whoever it is. Even, man, he don't sound like no, I don't know this guy. Geopold. It's only 3 minutes and 31 seconds. Please enjoy this. Fluffy, let me not play that music. Fluffy the bulldog, when he smells any unaccompanied toddler within a 5 kilometer, what is that, kilometer radius? That sounds like the type of meme that I would make, or that one of us would make. And it's in a video with a whole bunch of views. I feel like I'm in heaven.
My dog is the softest, most, I cannot tell you, he would not hurt a fly.
Also, her dog, when it hears an innocent toddler laughing. This is the future. This is the future. Yes, where everybody is awake, is conscious of the dog nutter world, of your culture. Oh yes, y'all not gonna run this nonsense. We're gonna normalize viewing these things as the killers that they are. Let's celebrate. Let's celebrate. Let's appreciate this. I'm so happy. I watched this video already about 5 times.
Once again, we have Birmingham, UK making the headlines after a man was unalived last month, just 3 days after an 11-year-old girl and 2 other dudes were attacked under the same circumstances in the same city. Now, what is this lethal phantom hunting the streets of Brum? A disease? A weapon? A vehicle? No, Fluffy, he's fucking adorable.
Get him! Get him! Get him! Oh man, this is beautiful.
So the UK's Prime Minister Rishi Sunak has actually banned this insanely buff ultra testosterone Joe Rogan looking ass dog known as the XL Bully. And this
viewer discretion advised. Okay, he uses, it's very light. Okay, it's very light profanity. I hope it's okay.
Sparked outrage, with protests flooding out onto the streets. And a common argument that these pro-XL Bully supporters put forwards is that these dogs are harmless, which obviously is not true. I understand that any breed of dog can be dangerous if not trained properly, but you don't exactly see 4 potentially lethal golden retriever attacks in 1 week in the same city, do you?
Get him! This guy is the leader. Huh? If we're going on views, if we're going on subscribers, this guy's the leader. This is an anti-dog video through and through. In 21 hours, 131,000 views, almost 1,000 comments. Now what? Hi, Nutters, we're here. Now it's time for the healthcare professionals to take that nonsense before we start clowning y'all. Okay, y'all don't want this. The smoke is here. It's getting started. Get them.
And if you wanted a harmless dog, why wouldn't you just get a dumbass Labrador or something that's like 1/4 of the price? There's obviously a reason people are paying 5 figures for a dog called Dagger, who literally looks like he's been on a cycle of anabolic steroids for 7 decades.
Okay, now I can give that pro dog statement a pass. He just bigged up Labradors. Nah, we're not gonna do that. We're not going to do it. So I don't support that. I don't support that part right there. So this sounds more like an anti-bully breed person, to be honest. And listen, I can respect that. I can respect that. Listen, I don't have to agree with everything that anybody says to appreciate the material.
Now, the problem I have is not really with the dogs. It's with the people that own the dogs. See, if you look at the protest...
No, see, that too. No, it's the dogs. Because if the dogs were not a problem, then the people owning them would not be the problem. If the dog itself wasn't problematic, then the owner, there's no way you could blame the owner for nothing. So that's just an illogical statement. Okay, can we get clear about that? Am I wrong about that or not? Because I feel strongly about that. This idea that I don't blame, it's not the dog's fault. Yes, it is. If the dog wasn't a problem, the owner couldn't be a problem.
It's for 7 decades. Now, the problem I have is not really with the dogs, it's with the people that own the dogs. See, if you look at the protests, there's a bit of a specific target audience.
Let's make some noise! Save our breed! Save our breed!
I don't know what it's been said. Rishi shit is getting dead. XL bullies are our friends. We stick by them till the end.
Yeah, everyone knows Rishi sucks, okay? The problem is, so does your dog. Mainly on the gaping wounds of innocent toddlers. And probably my favourite clip, here we have a man holding his poor dog's empty lead in protest.
My dog, like, the scrutiny he gets, the looks he gets when I'm walking down the road, do you know what I mean? It's just not fair at all, mate.
Maybe the reason your dog gets terrified looks from the public is because you genuinely have shanks on your lead. Bro expects people to see the Chingford Super Slicer 3000 and think it's...
Man, okay, so now he's getting on them, that protest, just like I did. I did the same thing. Animal on Control did the same thing. Chef did the same thing. They brought attention to this goofy march or protest they had. Goofy memes out there. These people making themselves look horrible. Horrible. So he's pointing out the same things that we pointed out. Okay, I can give him the pass, his little, pro dog statement, whatever. I totally appreciate this video, man.
Its canine occupant is harmless and cute. I am lost for words. I also love this XL bully breeder's justification for creating such a lethal beast.
When you decided to breed this type of dog, who were you aiming them at? Who did you want to sell them to, and who did you sell them to?
Dealers. No, I've always said this. Why do you need a license for a dog and not for a cat? Because cats can't.
Sorry,
drive.
you've just admitted.
And I don't really think we should ban the breeding of dogs.
Now, I hope everybody knows what he said. I'm sure somebody knows.
Instead, I
hope you share it in the comment. I don't want to actually say it. I might get in trouble. Now, I'm sorry. I just wanted to pause it real quick because I wanted to look at these signs real quick because I haven't seen this scene here. See if I can see some more goofy. Did they, people tell me, y'all tell me, did they spell the word license wrong? You tell me now. Nah. Go ahead and Google it if you have to. Did they or did they not spell the word license wrong? Okay. NBSL, please don't kill my family. Okay, let's continue.
Suppose we ban the breeding of...
What? I'm sorry. I caught that. Please don't ban me. License me. Okay. So it's just that word. I got it.
We ban the breeding of these dog owners. If you own an XL Bully, have an English flag flying proudly outside your door, and drink White Storm, zero child policy. Problem solved. By the way, Black Storm is completely permitted. I've met a lot of chill Black Storm drinkers. It's the White Storm. I don't know what it is, but it just attracts a very specific consumer base. So yeah, I think we either introduce a zero child policy, or we just by law replace all the scary steroid dogs with poodles. I personally think it'd be very entertaining if we started seeing toothless Brits in grubby vests patrolling their postcodes with poodles. So if someone could get
Oh my, now what is this, man? It unsubscribed me. I subscribed to this channel like a couple hours ago. Okay. That is pathetic. Don't unsubscribe me, man. What in the world? Okay, yeah. So yeah, I'm happy. I've been celebrating this video. It's got a whole lot of views, and because videos, content like this, I think helps us get one step further to the complete banning of dogs. Like I said, I believe the banning of dogs, all dogs, it's going to have to start with the banning of certain breeds first. It will be a breed or type thing, breed by breed thing, or ban them type by type. Maybe the bully breeds, and then the large, vicious, maybe the German Shepherds. I could easily see, like if they ban bully breeds, I could easily see German Shepherds being next. Because bully breed cover a lot of dogs. Covers the Cane Corso, the Great Dane, the boxers. It covers there's bully breeds. There's a lot of different bully breeds. Aside from the bully breeds, most definitely German Shepherds, dangerous, deadly, Huskies. Yes, Huskies. They would be next. Okay? That's how it has to happen. It's just too illogical and criminal and immoral to promote these things as pets. Is as simple as that. Man, what is going on? I've been in a good mood all day, man. I saw this video of it, man. Really exposed them. It felt like a straight up anti-dog video that just went viral. That's what it felt like to me. 131,000 views in 21 hours. I can appreciate that. Now, some of you probably know this guy. I never heard of him, but he's obviously got a lot of followers. He's got a very large platform. And I guess he doesn't really even talk about dogs that much. And that's fine. You know, because look at how many views on average his videos get. Hundreds of thousands. Okay. And then, just boom, out of nowhere, an anti-dog video. It's, it was probably maybe 95% there. 95% stuff I agree with. That's good enough to make me happy. It beats More Nuttery, another dumb dodo video. So yeah, that's very, very good. Very good. So shout out to this guy, Geopold. And if he thinks like this now, I believe a person like this would easily, eventually be anti-dog. Okay? Because his acceptance of Labradors, maybe other large dogs, I think a person like this would easily see the folly in that as well. So yeah, that video had me in a good mood. But yeah, it's a lot of crazy stuff been going on, man. This 6 hours ago, women in hospital after suspected XL bully attack. And this is what everybody was talking about back when they were talking about this ban. That, what sense do it make? Just sit back and accept another 10 to 15 years of this? Like, look at this. I searched XL Bully, as you see, past 24 hours, and this is all you see. Women in hospital, out of control XL Bully. Children left in tears, XL Bully suddenly turned. Nothing but attack after attack after attack after attack. What good is a ban like this? What's the point? I mean, your acceptance of another 10 to 15 years of this shows that you really don't care. Like, it makes you look bad, doesn't it? As a group of leaders, like, that makes you look very bad and incompetent. Like, if I was to read of a government that did something like that in my history books of some civilization in the past, I'd think that something was wrong with them. Like, okay, what was wrong with them? Their mind wasn't. I would think that they were in a primitive state. They were obviously in a primitive state. Just like we look at civilizations long ago, we sort of think that they were kind of primitive compared to us now. No, you still like that. Oh yeah, we'll ban. Look, the ban is worthless itself because it's only banning the XL Bully. One additional bully breed. The ban itself is worthless. So even if they came and confiscated all the XL Bullies, you still have these attacks going on because bully breeds are still legal over there. But they just banned the XL Bully and then say, oh, you can just keep them. Now look, these dogs are still attacking people. I thought they were supposed to have a muzzle law. Right? They said that the dog's supposed to be spayed and neutered, which is supposed to reduce their aggression. Right? That's one of the protocols. They have to be spayed and neutered. Yes, you get to keep them. Okay? And you get to keep them, but they have to be spayed and neutered. And when you bring them out, they have to have muzzles. Okay, so why do we still get attacks? Doesn't that prove that muzzling and getting them spayed and neutered don't work? Just like we've been saying for so long. Yeah. So yeah, stop it. Stop trying to project me as being out here, I don't know, attacking people. No. People who get my money putting out misinformation and failing to protect me, failing to make the community I live in safe, that been paying for decades. I've been paying I'm a hardworking man. And I ain't no young man. I'm 45 years old. Don't tell me that I'm somehow or in any way unreasonable pointing this out, man. Okay, and that's just trashy and filthy and dumb and backwards to govern a civilization like this, where you got your professionals out here talking about how it's a mental disorder for a child to avoid a creature that attacks, disfigures, and kills them on a regular basis, is doing it as I speak. Dad said it's that frequent. And you got your professionals out here saying that we need to teach kids that dogs are predictable and safe. You need to be slapped. That is just about the most ridiculous. That is crackhead talk. You would expect to hear something like that from a dope fiend. Wow. So here's another one. Clarity Blog. Now, I don't know if this is by a psychologist as well, but wow, it's about cynophobia. Why are you bringing kids into the picture? And what is with this photo? This is a story or a page about cynophobia. You project an idea of something wrong with keeping a dog or your baby away from a dog? Isn't this crazy? Like, it doesn't even make logical sense. That is my whole thing. I want people to understand. I'm not getting up here giving some spiritual lecture. These live streams are not me being emotional. I'm dealing with things that are logical, only logical. And it's just dumbfounding to see so many so-called professionals not even making logical sense. It's like the Twilight Zone. Like, wow. You project an idea that you have a mental disorder for keeping your baby, a flipping baby, away from a dog, or a dog away from your baby. Wow. And that's just flat out criminal. Because what's the reverse? If there's something wrong with keeping your baby away from dogs, then you're also suggesting that what you should do is bring the baby and the dog together. That's what you're also promoting. Why? Oh my goodness. Wow. They say a picture is worth 1,000 words. And they carefully selected these pictures. Understand, this is not a page on child cynophobia or nothing like that. Both of these, their goal was simply to cover cynophobia. But every time they do it, they inject kids into it like a bunch of sickos, kids and babies. So they're primarily targeting the youth, kids and babies. So they're looking at the kids, and if they don't want to be around dogs, don't you avoid that dog now. Get over here. Are you afraid of that dog? Come on, let's go pet on the dog now. Then the dog start ripping the boy's throat out. Oh, don't. No. Then we have to hear her goofy story about how it's never shown aggression. Or we might hear some lie about how the child did something. Oh, he moved too fast. Poor doggy. Lord. That is sick to me. Okay, you want to tell me about cynophobia, then you showing photos like this? Why not just show adults? You know what I'm saying? So they're saying a lot. They're trying to say a lot with these photos that they selected, and that is just mad sick. That is mad sick. And y'all need to do something about this. Cynophobia in the medical or the mental health field, this makes it a sick part of the world, part of the medical field. Very sick, man. Y'all need to do something about this. At the very least, remove these photos and put some adults only afraid of dogs. Do you have to be so sick that you have to indirectly promote this idea of bringing dogs, large dogs at that, around flipping babies? Are you nuts? They didn't even put a kid who could walk on this photo. They wouldn't got a toddler who could, a toddler can probably walk, but balance is not quite there yet. Man, boy, this is sick stuff. So yeah, I want, even if you disagree, if you're a psychologist or even a sociologist, maybe a psychiatrist, and you disagree with this, like if you don't agree with this, then say it somewhere. Say it somewhere. If you're a psychologist, you should have a blog at least. All medical professionals should at least maintain a blog. Okay? And just say it. If there's enough of you out here saying it, listen, I'll go copy and paste. I'll share it. Like, hey, this is like psychologist saying this. Where are the other mental health professionals saying, oh, wait a minute. This ain't right. This ain't right. This is really, really sick encouragement of endangerment. I mean, we actually got laws against doing this what y'all actually suggesting here. Okay, the cynophobia clinic. I mean, let me see if they got. Let me see if I can find these people. Let me see if I can find these people. Do y'all have a Twitter handle? If y'all got a Twitter handle, I'm about to share this with you right now. Okay? I'm sorry. Bear with me, people. Okay, see, they're hiding. They are hiding. They don't even have a Twitter. How you not even gonna have a Twitter? How are you not gonna have a Twitter? That is pathetic. What is this? These people, man, they make these comments and then they make themselves unable to be contacted. Unable to be, that is so cowardly and pathetic. And this is that other crazy, sick website talking about cynophobia. So I challenge the the mental health professionals of the world, whether you agree or disagree. If you disagree, say that. If you agree that cynophobia is a problem, if you're a mental health professional, you agree that it's a problem, I want you to respond to my objection to it. And anybody else's objection to it in the chat room who may have said something that you disagree with or that you think is inaccurate. Hey, you're the professional. I haven't been through medical school. From what I hear, don't they have to go through like 8 years as well to be, I don't know, to be a psychologist? Maybe not. Maybe you only need 4 years to be a psychologist, a psychiatrist. But I don't know. But you are the professionals. And I'm saying we shouldn't be able to criticize things like this. You know, we are literally debunking this stuff. This stuff is not only wrong, there's nothing. I give up. I give up. This is a massive hole in your profession. Are you going to fix it? Are you a psychiatrist? Are you a psychologist? Are you a sociologist? Are you going to bring this up? Are you a student? If you are a student, what is wrong with me? No, God, what is wrong with me? I should have been talking to the students strictly. If you are a student, please ask your teacher about this. Please ask your teacher, your professor about this. I don't care if you're in high school or college. Ask them about this. Point out how ridiculous it is and how it needs to be reformed, please. And please ask them to stop with this sick idea of injecting kids into the thing. You know, if you want to talk about cynophobia, stick with adults. Because dogs just happen to be the only creatures on this planet ripping them up on a regular, daily basis. If there's 1,000 who need ER treatment in the United States, how many do you think every day, children alone, there is in Canada, United States, Mexico, and South America? Now, wouldn't you think that that is a very irresponsible population of adults? We can safely assume well over 10,000 children every day need emergency care treatment for dog attacks. All because you get off on rubbing on these nasty, stinking, worthless mutants. You see, sometimes you got to stand back and look at the big picture. That's a part of, being a ruler. You got to stand far away And you got to look at it like that. If you got a population of adults in Canada, United States, Mexico, and South America, that's just look at everybody. It's just a population of adults. How are you managing your society? You're getting 10,000 kids. And can you imagine how many fatalities there are? The fatalities be through the roof. You already know. And that, I believe that's where the world is headed. At some point in the future, these dogs are going to be slowly banned. Okay? Most definitely. What is going on up in her? Yes, shout out to everybody. Animal Uncontrolled in the building. Y'all be sure to subscribe to the first anti-dog crusader. Okay? Yeah, y'all not gonna target IHD. Oh, he's the leader. He started all of the. No, Animal Uncontrolled was putting in work, getting busy, zapping these nutters years before I came onto the scene. Right? Be sure to check out Animal Uncontrolled. I'm gonna have to. We need to talk about something. You know what it is? Let's spill the beans on the anti-dog community. I'm gonna spill the beans right now on the anti-dog community. You know what it is? What I suspect. Most people view us as comedians first. Let's be honest. Most people view us as comedians first. Me, Chef, and Animal Uncontrolled. At first they tune in because, things that are true is funny, and Chef and Animal Uncontrolled are funny to me. They have a sense of humor. It's real easy to have a sense of humor when you're talking about dog lovers because how can you not? You don't even have to try. You just reflect on the things that they do, and it's our oh God. Where is this headed, man? Like, really? Cynophobia? Oh my goodness. By the Cynophobia Clinic is this: anyone who does not consider dogs to be completely harmless is straight up nuts. Oh my goodness. The craziest doesn't like it. It should embarrass whoever is in control of like implementing or governing. Like they have to have a system where they reform or edit. They call what they do practice, so they fully aware that things change. So I don't know that much about the medical industry, but there has to be a protocol or process where they do these things. They either make changes, they edit, or they completely remove something. This is clearly one of the things they need to remove. So why not just remove it? And if you're a professional, hey, get out here and say something. Say something somewhere. But you know what? If one did, I doubt that the media outlet would even report on it. They wouldn't even report on it. So, yeah. It just seems so crazy to me. So many crazy things about this dog culture. It's ridiculous. Oh my goodness. Dog lovers, where are y'all at? I wanted to do a live stream where I just welcomed only dog lovers. I really want to know what these people think about the stuff that I get on here and say. I want to hear from the dog lovers. In the comment section to this video, do you disagree with anything that I say and why? I want to hear it. I want to hear it. Don't just get up and call me names or racist or whatever. No goofy comments. Exactly about dogs. What do you disagree with and why? I'm always looking for comments like that, and I never hear it. Now, I see some of the comments, from some of these dog lovers, and it's kind of goofy. It's not what I'm looking for. I want real solid disagreements, solid arguments, and that's not asking for too much. Okay? But I want to know what's going on in y'all little head. We obviously got a lot to say about y'all, but y'all don't have too much to say at all. Even the dog lover content creators, they don't have really much to say. Oh my goodness. It is Saturday, people. What is going on? The MMA card starts in 20 minutes, so I got at least 20 minutes to goof off and welcome the dog lovers to the party. Let's just have a party. Let me see if I can y'all see my party emojis flying up? Man, I really don't understand this computer crap. Animal Uncontrol, y'all use Skype? What do y'all use for those calls? I want to get on a call, man. I want to, like, in a stereo effect, blast these nutters. Just to chime in and so they can get it from a lot of different angles. But we have to start podcasting, man. These dog lovers, they're really going to hate us. And they're going to have to respond to it. Okay? And I'm always trying to predict the future. And I suspect that they're going to resort to violence. They're going to resort to threats. They're not going to, even though we're challenging them on just a debate, we just have questions. I have the feeling they're going to just respond with threats. Might even do it from a troll account. Have psychologists making little dummy accounts, making threats, But we're not going to get an answer. It's so sad. Yeah, what is going on? Best friend. Man, I have a lot to say, though. I get on here pretty much every day. Every day. Could I really be fabricating something that's just untrue if I can get on here every day and cover, like, the stories related to the things I'm talking about? I couldn't possibly just be trolling the dog lover world, man. There's some truth to this stuff. Okay? You can't just sit back and just say IHD is a bad guy. IHD, he is a hateful person, a mean person. Hey, I'm not perfect. I'm not perfect. But that's not the issue here. I have a question. My character is irrelevant. I got questions. Can you please answer them? As a group of professionals, shouldn't it be fair for a regular citizen to ask a professional question? Isn't that what AVO specializes in? Some of you might be familiar. Is it AVO? AVVO? Wait a minute. Real good website. I visit this website all the time. How many of y'all familiar with that website? And this is why, I respect most lawyers, for the most part, except when they're defending the nonsense. Let me see here. How many of y'all familiar with this website? AVO? You go on here and you ask a question, and the lawyers will answer you for free. And them providing a free answer to whatever question you have is their way of promoting themselves. They have their contact information, where they're located, and all stuff like that. And it's very, very constructive. And it's necessary because it allows people to sort of reach out to them and allow them to prove their expertise with no money up front. And that's how it should be. Why don't we have something like this for the medical professionals. Why aren't they as easy to contact and question? And, we have questions. The things that, your profession deals with our health, our well-being. We got questions. You got questionable information. You got misinformation. On your website, you're giving dangerous suggestion and advice to people. As a medical professional, don't you think that's kind of criminal? You're actually telling them to do things that gets, not will get or might get, actually does get kids attacked. And people, everybody get attacked every day. Man, eventually you're just going to have to accept that dogs are dangerous. What's wrong with that? Why not just remove them? People are not that bad. You know what? People in general, at least here in the United States, here in Ohio, there's a big problem with anxiety in society. I had a coworker had a real bad anxiety episode yesterday. Real bad. It was so bad, like you could tell that she wanted to cry. You know how people get choked up, their eyes get a little watery, and it was just, she don't even know why. And the scary thing is, I could sort of relate to it. I've had like moments of anxiety, and I just not know why. Moments of depression, and I not know why. That's a big problem. That's a big problem, and I don't know. Honestly, I don't know the cause of it. But people need to talk about stuff like that. People are not that bad. You don't have to be anti-people all the time. What's the problem? It's ridiculous. Yeah. So yeah, man. And this is I'm pleading with these people, these psychologists. I mean, this is sad. You got everyday people pleading for answers and replies. Because see, if you remove that, or if you reform it and put out the right information, that'll give me some power. That'll give us more authority. Like, hey, listen to what the health or the mental health professionals have to say. That you should avoid dogs. Right? Here's the evidence. Here's the proof. Here's the body. Here's the eyeballs. Right? Here's the teeth. Here's the tongue laying all over the floor. You see, you want this to happen? Young people have access to Google. That's a big problem. Many of them, can y'all imagine? Y'all have no idea how many young people have Googled dog attack on Google and click image. They can, any one of them can do it. And they can see for themselves what dogs do. Okay? The internet is going to change the game. Ever since the internet really exploded, the anti-dog movement has taken off. I shared, what was it? Kenneth Phillips. Is it Kenneth Phillips, the lawyer, the attorney, the anti-dog attorney? He was like the first. He came out like 1999. But y'all remember that? I shared that blog from like, what was it, 2000, 2001, something like that. And it was like straight anti-dog. And from what I remember, the internet really didn't, it really, at least for me, till around around the year 2000. Late 1990s, sort of, I do remember using computers. When you go to around the early 1990s, man, I don't really remember people using the internet like that. Definitely not. We didn't have no computer. Late 1980s, early 19. We didn't even have no computer. I don't remember us having a computer until around the late 1990s, early 2000s. I learned how to type in high school. Actually, in Job Corps. I dropped out of high school. I went to Job Corps and earned a GED in a trade. I learned how to type there. That was 1994, 1995. And that was, I wasn't even on the internet back then. It wasn't really that popular. So, but for the most part, ever since the internet has came onto the scene and really become really, really popular, there's pretty much always been an anti-dog sector. And right now, 2023, somewhat maybe 20 to 30 years later, I think we're bigger now than ever, my opinion. You got these big outlets, media outlets writing about us, and they're going to have to write more about us eventually. I scare a lot of these people in these grocery stores because when I walk in there, I have a lot of gadgets. I have an MP3 player pinned to my chest, and I have my earphones in, and I have my phone in my hand, ready to record, ready to hit record. I usually have my work glasses on my hat. I'm in my work uniform usually, because when I go to the grocery store, it's usually on my break or my lunch. I figure, I'm out, so I may as well do my running around while I'm out. So I look like I'm working all the time. But I believe that people at these grocery stores that I frequent think that I'm a cop or an ex-military guy. And they know that I'm on dog patrol now. They're all on to me now. Because at that Kroger, I've, spoken out about dogs in there more than once. And I'm ready to do it any and everywhere I go. And I have it all planned out. That's illegal. That's a health code violation. I could leave it at that. That's a health code violation. Now, when I just name off the health code, that'll scare them even more. Now, once you do stuff like that, quite often the people with the dog will volunteer to get out. Some of them will probably be cool. Be like, oh yeah, they'll probably think you're some kind of undercover police officer or something. Because you just don't see people doing that. Health code violation, that's a violation of, who is it? OSHA or whatever? Health code violation, code XYZ. Like, whoa, what is this guy? He's got all kind of gadgets and headphones. He got, body cams. Oh, okay, not a problem, sir. It's better for me to look like that. I look like a guy working. And they're on to me, man. And I don't care. They don't bother me either. They see me walking with all my gadgets, with my phone out, and they know what I'm ready to do. I'm ready to record. And listen, they found the videos. These store managers, Kroger's, they found the videos that I made about them. And I'm going to make a whole lot more. And it's sad that more people haven't made videos like and focused on it. And that's the future. Now there are going to be a whole lot of people who film these dogs in stores and point out that it is a health code violation. And you shouldn't want dogs in grocery stores at all, as toxic and contaminating as they are. As airborne as their dander is, and how filthy and contaminated their dander is. It's like, what in the world? It's like, people don't need dogs now. These little gadgets that they have for blind people, even seizures, they got to have something for people who have seizures, some type of device. I'm sorry. I don't know how to spell for nothing. Seizure alert. Seizure monitors and devices. Okay? Help notify others when a seizure happens. Okay, so there you go. Look, they even make watches. I'm sure you could probably notify the hospital. There's literally no need for a dog. So you don't need them for seizures. You don't need them for blind people. They make devices for that too, right? Seeing eye device, yeah. Orcam My Eye Smart, an advanced artificial intelligence device that helps people with visual impairment read the morning paper, books, text. What? Okay. Oh my goodness. Wait a minute here. Let's check this out.
Focusing intensely on our users' needs, we at Orcam Technologies designed a wearable, lightweight device that expertly blends highly advanced AI-driven computer vision with an interface that is incredibly intuitive to use. Introducing the Orcam My Eye wearable device, the globally award-winning breakthrough solution for people who are blind or visually impaired. The finger-size Orcam My Eye magnetically snaps onto any eyeglass frames for a comfortable fit. The device's optic sensor instantly communicates visual information in real time through a tiny built-in speaker or any Bluetooth device. In low-light environments, LEDs illuminate the immediate area to allow for continuous operation. Orcam My Eye's versatile set of features help increase independence at school, home, and throughout daily life. Instantly read the text that you want from any kind of printed or digital surface such as a book or computer screen.
They got a device that can help the blind read. Yeah, we don't need dogs.
Interactive smart reading helps you pinpoint specific text. Seamless facial recognition lets you know who's in front of you. Quickly identify products, barcodes, colors, and money notes to shop more effectively. Simply use voice commands to control all device features and settings. Orcam My Eye is your trusted companion. Advanced assistive technology that empowers you everywhere you go. Orcam My Eye. Our vision. Empowering people.
My goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay. Shout out to the other content creators, right? They have gotten deep into this already, if I'm not mistaken. I know Chef has. I think Animal Uncontrol, and I think maybe Dump Dogs or somebody else. It's Ashley or somebody. Ashley and maybe oh God, who was that? Mutt Nut. I forgot that girl's name. I'm sorry. Was it Mutt Nut? A lot of them. They've gotten into this already. I haven't even done one video on, have I? I don't think so. On how useless dogs are for there's not even as service dogs. And y'all know this with the technology we have today. Here, this thing can tell you who's in front of you. It's actually communicating with you. This is crazy. Yeah, they've already gotten into this. They've gotten deep into this. Gave it multiple examples. I'm telling you, they've gotten into stuff I haven't even gotten into at all yet. You know? And there's just so much that is against the dog culture in general. Dogs are just so useless. It's unbelievable how useless they are. Like, there's so much to say about how useless they are. It's just crazy, mind-boggling. Was it Mutt Nut? I'm so ashamed I'm forgetting the content creators' names. She was an Asian girl, right? Mutt Nut or Rut Mutt. Oh, Lord. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for forgetting names. Oh, UFC card has started. Sorry, but I have to go. Time to go. Time to go. I will chop it up with all of you most likely later on tonight as we continue with this crusade.